Welcome to another Blackjack Day video and moving forward your journey to being a better Blackjack player and AP player. I am Blackjack Dave. I love to play Blackjack, talking about Blackjack and sharing the correct way to play Blackjack with others. Welcome to another Blackjack Day video. I have exciting next three videos for you. This video will be part one of three parts of playing a complete Blackjack shoe. Yes, we're finally going to play some Blackjack after several videos. 2 decks will be played per video. With this video, you can test your basic strategy and card counting skills. Player 1 will be 3 players in this 6-deck challenge. Player 1 will be a card counter using a 1 to 4 bet spread and using the high-low counting method. Player 2 will be a basic strategy player and increasing his bet after each win, meaning, let's say he bet $10 and he wins, he will take half his winnings and store it and then bet the other half. So the next bet would be 15. Player 3 will be basic strategy with martingale. Martingale is simply keep doubling your bet until you lose. So in the same situation, if player 3 bet $10 and he lost, his next bet would be 20. If he lost that, his next bet would be 40. Okay, the table rules in our 6-deck challenge. These are rules that I play at most often. Stay on soft 17. Surrender is allowed. No resplit of aces. Double or split anything else. Will be 1-deck penetration. Blackjack pays 3 to 2. Insurance 2 to 1. And then put on there the minimum bet will be $10. Max bet $1,000. A popular question that is often asked is how much money should I expect to take for a session of blackjack? In a session of blackjack, I would say is anywhere between 1 to 3 hours. And the general, and we haven't talked much about bankroll or bet spreads yet. So this is going to be a brief introduction and general rules here. General rules. So a general rule for a bankroll session is 50 times the minimum bet. This should allow you to survive the swings of the game and not come out. Anything can happen in a session of blackjack, but hopefully you let you swing the game so you come up somewhere not too lost, not too much, and to not lose too much of your total bankroll. Survive the swing. So for a $10 minimum table, you want at least $500 for that session. For a 15 minimum table, you want at least $750. And for a 25 bet minimum table, you want $1,250. And if you think these numbers are too high, or maybe you think they're too low, but I see many times people go to the blackjack table, grab $100, and sometimes they're there for a whole session if they're good, and other times they're out right away. And if they would have just had the right bankroll for that session, they would have not lost $100. They probably would have lost less, but that's the way it goes. All right, so next we're going to talk about the bet spread for the card counter. All right, last video before we start to play, or last slide, I should say, in this 6-deck challenge. My bet spread. Again, we have not talked about bet spread in these classes before, so this is a very general introduction. But based on the true count, this is what I'm going to do. If the true count is less than 0 or 0 or less, I'm going to do the minimum bet, so $10. If my true count's 1, I'm going to bet 15. My true count is 2, I'm going to bet 20. My true count is 3 or 4, I'm going to bet 30. And my count five, if my true count is five or higher, I'm going to bet 50. So this is actually a 1 to 5 bet spread. So when I had in the slides 1 to 4, I was off by one. But all right, let's get started and see how the players compare. Again, remember, this is kind of just a fun comparison, something fun to watch while you practice your basic strategy and counting. One shoe does not make a difference in your strategy, really. Now, it'd be great if the card counter comes out ahead here. That's not a guarantee. One shoe does not account for the standard deviation and the variance in the game of blackjack. But anyway, that disclaimer gone. Let's get started. The chips. The red chips are worth $5. I didn't have enough red chips to make it even 100, so 80, 80, and 80. Blue chips are worth 25 and $100 worth. No, $300 worth. More than $100. Yeah. So 300, and then the black is worth 100. So instead of having 500, which is required, which is what I said 50 times your minimum bet, we have 480, 480, and 480. All right, now we are ready to get started and deal our first hand. I'm going to cut the one shoe. All right. So player one is our true count player. Player two is our basic strategy. And player three is our basic strategy, martingale. And when he wins a bet, he takes half the bet, saves half the bet, and then his next bet puts the other half. So if he won $10, he would bet another five and keep the five and bank the other five. All right, let's get started here. Bets are open. Bets are open. Bets are closed. 15. 15 again. And a 17. Dealer checks. So blackjack. All right, let's just get our running count. One. Still a one. That makes it a 0. D2. So we're at a -2 running counts. And everybody lost their bet. All right. That was a pretty simple hand. Everybody, we're at a negative count, so true counter. And martingale, he lost his bet, so he doubles his bet up to 20 now. Bets are open, bets are closed. You see, with the martingale system, you could win big quickly and you lose big quickly. 15. Crapola. Forgot to deal him, so let's see. This would have went to him. This would have went to me. This would have went to there. 15, 13, 12, with a bus 6 available. All right. So 15 against 6, he holds. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, stay. 12 against a 6, stay. And let's hope for a bust. 10, not looking good. Well, let's check our running count. D1, 0, 1, 2. So before we dealt, we're at a running count of 2. So 10, 21. Those two cancel out, so we're still at a running count of 2, and everybody loses again. And since he lost, he's going to 10, 20, 30 his bet. I'm going to try to conserve my reds and make this 30 this way. If you didn't know, hardship is the bottom. He lost, so he'll just bet 10. And he lost with the running count of 2. That means true count still not above 0. We'll stay there. Collect cards. Ready for hand number 3. All right. Bets open. Bets are closed. 19, 11, 13, 21. All right, let's just do our running count. That makes our running count a 1, back to a 2, 2, 1, 0. Running count of 0, and everybody loses again. Now he lost, so that's going to be a bet of 60. 10 and 10 for our more conservative players. Running count of 0. Bets are open. Bets closed. Good luck, Ace. 10. Looking good for our players right now. 12. 17. 13. Don't have it. All right, so let's look at our running count. Still a 0. Still a 0. Still a 0. That makes it a D1. All right, so we're at 3 or 13. We'll hit. 8 or 18. We'll hit. 14. 21. Pretty good. 12. 20. 13. One too many. So let's he does not affect the running count with the 9s. We're gonna take his cards. We're gonna take his chips. And we're ready to flip them over. 14, 19. Let's do the running count so we don't forget. D1, 0, 1, 1, 3. Let me double check that. D1. So 1, 1, 2, 3. Yep. We're at a running count of 3 now. 19. He wins. We got a winner. And our card counter wins. So if he won, that means he bets 15, carries the 1. And true count of 3. That makes the running count of 3. That makes the true count still not above a 0. So he says he won. Did he win? No, he busted. So he was at 60. He's now at 120. Big bet. 14, 18, 19. I hope for him. I don't have it. Boom. So 3, 2, 1. Back to a running count of D1. He lost 120. I mean, his bet is now 240. I don't think he has it. I'm going to color him up with some. I don't have any blacks over here. All right, so 2, 25, 35, 40. Our player 3 could be out. Lost. Counts negative, so 10. He lost. He's back down to a 10. And lost. Let me give this 100 back. I'm going to take these 4 blues. All right. We got black on the table. Bets are open. Bets are closed. D1. Lot of cards out there. All right. 13, 12. I don't have it. So 20, he will stay. 13. Well, let's do our count. So we're at D1, D3, 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 D4. Stay. He's going to hit 14, 15, 17, 12, 15, 19. Pretty good, but afraid it's not going to be good enough. 20. So let's do our running count. We're at a D4. That makes it D5. These two cancel. And then D3, D4. Back at D4. All right. So our player there is down to, he's out already almost. So we'll take care of that over there. He's gone and he's gone. Let's take all the cards. Not a great shoe from a player perspective yet. Out of D4, player 3, the martingale system is just about out, but he might win. He can go on a streak. I don't think he's won a single hand. All right, let's go. Bets open, bets closed. Negative count. 8. I messed that up. Don't know what I was thinking. All right, let's go again. 19, 20, 18. I think the players like this better. I had an ace as a dealer, so I think the table would be happy. All right, so let's look at our count. We got D5, D7, D8, D7. We got a 6 as a player. He's going to stay on his bet. He'll stay. Our player 3 might still be in the game. We got a 6, 16, 20. All right, let's do the running count. They just knock each other out, so we don't care. Still at a D7. Player 2 is bye-bye. Or player 3. Uh, tie, and our shoe counter loses the hand. Since he tied, his bet will stay the same. All right, so we're still at a negative count. So 10, 10. He's out. Let's go. Blackjack, 15. We'll adjust account to D9, take his cards. That doesn't affect the count. Player 2 will hit with a nice 19. We got 13, 16, 20. Wow. Dealer is hot. Uh, 4 positive cards. That takes our running kind of D9, puts it at D5. He lost, so he will bet 10. Count is still negative, so our counter will go 10. All right, D5. Let's go. 20, 14, Dealer does not have blackjack. So card counter stays at 20. Does anybody know? Never mind. Number that question. 14 against a 10. It's a hit. That's going to be too many. What did he have? All right. So we forgot to do the count. So D5, D7, D8. Minus that 1, D8, D7. He stays 17. Card counter wins. All right. Still at a running count of D7. Do a couple more hands. The goal was to do each video with a shoe, but since the introduction, that ran a little long. All right. So 10 here, 10 there. Counts negative. 13, 19. Let's check our count. D7. That makes it D8. That makes it D9. So we're about a -3, about a true count of 3, negative. We're going to hit here. That makes it, I'm going to stick it out there for D10. It stays. So we added 2 negative cards to our running count of D9s. That makes that D11. And player 2 loses, or player 1 loses, and so does player 2. Count is almost at -4. Gonna trade in. Gonna color up some chips here. All right, D11. Bets open, bets closed. Must do it again. 12. Blackjack for player 2. So that's nice. That makes the count D13 of his cards -1, so D12 right now. 12 against a 4 with a negative D12. I'm calling a deviation. I'm going to hit. Deviation is you hit a 12 against a 4 with the true count -1 or more. And we got a 9, 10, 11. I love it when the deviations work. 21. So he took a losing. Let's see if he busts, but 4, 14, 20. We needed it all. So does the 9 does not affect the count. Those two cancel each other out. So we're still at a D12. Running count of D12, a true count of -4. And let's see. I won. I'm calling myself the card counter. All right. So if you're wondering how I'm getting the true count, we got about 3 decks in the discard tray. Started with 6, that leaves 3. 3 and 12 goes 4 times. Right? So 3. So again, 3 decks remaining. We've got 6 decks in here. There's 3 decks in here. That leaves 3 decks remaining. Our running count is 12. So 3 into 12 goes 4 times. So our true count is a -4. So he won. So he will bet 15. He's still betting 10. All right. Looks like we're ready to roll. We're going to 2 more hands. Then we'll call this one. And, all right. 16, bad. 15, another bad hand. D12 still, D12. Everything's still, the running count does not change. 16 against an 8, negative count. This was a 10 we would surrender. We're gonna hit though. Hope for the best with a hope for a low card, right? It's possible. We want a 5 or less. We got a 4, 20. All right. 15, he's probably hoping for a low card as well. He got a 2. So that brings us down to a, doesn't matter, we'll count it later. And 18. So those cancel each other out. Add a 1. So D11. And he loses. We win. Or I win. All right. Last hand of this video. We're at a D11. It's close enough to a true count of -4. He lost. So both players had a minimum bet of 10. 15. 9 against the 3. 15 against the 3. That's a stay. A 9 against a 3. That's a double. 18. And our count, yeah, we got a 1 there, so our count goes down to D10 or D9. 8, 12, 20. So that makes our count D7. And everybody lost. 9, 10, 11, 18. Yep. All right. So this at this point here, let's see how we're doing. Remember, we start at 480. Our counter has that's 240, 100, 200, 240. Got a chord there. 325 and 100. So 450, 470. Or he's up. Looks like he's up a little bit by about $20. 110, 210, 210, 310, 410, 510. Oh, so our doesn't look right. But yeah, so oh no, that's not 100. That's yeah. No. 10, 20. What am I thinking? Holy cow. That's 10, 20, 35, 135, 235, 335, 435. Yeah, 435. We're close. All right. As always, thanks a lot for watching. We're gonna play this whole series out through this shoe. So to the next video. May many blackjacks come your way. And this is being recorded a day before Thanksgiving in 2025. All right. See you, everybody.